couple different things. I think mom dudes should be able to get whatever she want. If your father was in your life, he should be able to get whatever he want. If you got it like that. Number one, this industry is a facade. You don't know what kind of deal she's in. I'm pretty sure she's recouped and they've probably redone some of her deals, had some amendments, added some structures where she's able to make some money. And also she's probably made a lot of money just based on her current contract. We don't know her contract. We don't know her splits. We don't know what's going on. If you got 9 siblings plus a mother, father, your own family going, that's a lot of people. This money don't stretch as far as people think it stretch. Now, is she hurting? By no means. She working. She got all kind of deals, sponsorships, and things happening. So when I heard the number, I was shocked. The 2,500 number was low. And I seen Tory Lanez shot that 2,500. I guess we gonna act like he ain't shoot it because she was cool with Meg and how her and Meg went on that run when Meg needed some support. I think that's why GloRilla and Meg kind of have some of that back and forth that people say is brewing online, is because when Meg needed that support, GloRilla did embrace her, but it was a vice versa because GloRilla needed to go to the next level as well. And I think Meg kind of gave her a few looks. GloRilla was on her way, but Meg did give us some looks, and whatever has happened since then, I'm not sure. But Tory Lanez steps in and shoots GloRilla's sister 2,500. I think he done that because of the Megan Thee Stallion relationship. But when I heard the number 2,500, what that told me is she don't really understand what she's saying. She don't know what's going on. She just talking, which also tells me that this is vindictive. This ain't even information based. She ain't even got no list of bills. She ain't got none going on. She just saying, 2,500. See, what I don't like, and I don't know about Shorty, but what I don't like about people is they don't want to go through the shit that made you who you are. The uncertainty, the long nights. I don't give a who got money. The universe don't respond to no hitting no bunch of layups. You got to have somebody that put some work in to create that shot. Depending on where you come from, it's just harder to put the work in, but everybody everywhere can create a shot and make something happen. Everybody. But I noticed these don't want to go through the process because the process don't flatter them. See, what the process does, it exposes these. It exposed these ain't got no motivation. They really don't stand on their word. When they say they gonna do something, they really don't do it. Yeah, see, the process gonna expose all that. And so they want to skip the process. And so when you done made it, here's what I figured out. When you done made it, there's people around you that grow an appetite. You got to pay attention because I'm going to use certain words and words mean things. People around you are growing appetite. People got to understand support is supporting when you ain't got nothing to gain, when there's nothing to benefit. Some people come out the gate charging you. They don't believe in what's going on. If they thought you were going to the league, you'll get free burgers when you come in this restaurant. Yeah, if they actually thought you were finna go be a superstar, you'll be treated different. That's just how human beings interact with one another. Along the way, I gained knowledge. Some people don't stay around to support you. They monitoring you. Close enough to benefit if you win, but far enough to deny you if you lose. Let's talk about appetites. Because the person with no hustle will get appetite confused with hunger. I got hunger, you got an appetite. I had hunger, you got an appetite. You want to hand you the outcome, even though you been outdone. You got an appetite. See, I really come from the inner city. My hustle was driven by my hunger. Your entitlement is driven by your appetite. The difference is hunger is biological. Hunger is your body telling you you're low on fuel. When you're hungry, you don't have the room to negotiate. You don't care about the presentation. You know you got to get it by any means because you low on fuel. Hunger doesn't have a negotiation process. It don't need presentation or persuasion. You'll eat leftovers out the container, cold, and be grateful. Your hustle was driven by your hunger. Every opportunity means something. Your hustle is driven by your hunger. These people operating with appetites. Very selective about when they want to embrace you and call you family because it opens certain doors that they ain't willing to work for. It's the difference between needing something and wanting something. You don't want what I got because you will work for it if you did. You ever hear somebody say, I got an appetite for some shrimp, I got an appetite for chicken? When you hungry, you don't negotiate. What's in there we can eat? And these are the processes you go through before you get money. They don't want to go through the process. They want to skip the line. I want to eat caviar like GloRilla. I ain't stood up. I ain't traveling like Glo. I want to eat like Glo eat. Man, ho say no say. Listen to some more.
None at all.
What does your mom think about you going public with this whole thing?
At the end of the day got to end. I don't give a
Again, the bigger conversation is about that word family, about people wanting access to your outcome. I think it's interesting to me, man, because I noticed along my journey, they want you to be useful. Be useful enough, but don't be successful enough to be undeniable. Be useful, not undeniable. I think there's a few people don't like me now because they want access to my outcome. They don't want to sit in the discomfort. In some of the small seats I had to travel with equipment to get where I'm going to try to set it up by myself to get this thing moving. They don't want to sit in that. At a time when you're unsure about where the money coming from. You don't even know if it's going to work. Matter of fact, it's costing you money. You got to have money to even do this. So you got to even be starting from a certain spot to even compare to what I'm saying. You got to be starting from a place where I can afford to do this. It's supposed to be respect on them type facts even being associated with it. One of the most disrespectful things is coming around you and they want access to your outcome and they don't even inquire about the mission. They ain't asked me one time what I want to do, what my end goal is, where I see myself in 10 years. It ain't about what they can add to the building. It's what they can take from what you built. It's too many people running around and they want shortcuts. It's disrespectful. They think they took the long route. Can't people trying to get a shortcut? I took the long route. You hear me at the top of the mountain screaming I took the long route and can't nobody dispute it. They better dispute it underneath their breath or wherever they at, talking up behind the scenes. Showing up without receipts make you incredible. You think took the long route, can't people that's looking for a shortcut? Sometimes you got to audit the around you, because what'll happen is you'll have a bunch of people around you that's benefiting from you all because they didn't leave. Not because they helped you. Not because they grabbed the bags. Not because they made sure straight. We come from such a up trauma background, we'll give you credit just for not leaving. If you just stayed the course, you get credit. We come from such a up place. Put their homeboys up there with mama and them. Up there with their babies. Up there with the people that love them. Up there with their wives. Homeboy and them ain't really never done nothing, but they ain't leave me. It means so much to me because everybody abandoned this shit. This shit wasn't worth nothing. Didn't see nothing in this shit. Number, death, destruction. Going to the penitentiary, selling drugs, around in the ghetto. And around, start rapping and make it happen. These didn't leave. We got to start encouraging young black boys to help the people around them. I ain't with all of that celebratory behavior for people that's just standing around watching me, you monitoring me. You think I ain't got no bunch of with me now for I don't need no chaperone. Yeah, sometimes they'll put you in that kind of scenario. You watching me for? You in all the same rooms I'm in, we going all these spots and shit you here for. You don't got no camera, nothing. It's just my guy. Man, you don't beat it. You know, see, this is something I see a lot. It's damn near like extortion. Family, people from your past, loved ones. And that's why I'm saying y'all got to know what kind of nigga I am. If they pop out on me, they just talking. Tell them show some receipts. You got any receipts of anything, they ain't going to be able to have none. I come out with not a scratch on me. See, not many people get to leave the dirt without a stain on them. But I don't appreciate when people from your past act like they have some kind of information on you. I seen GloRilla's sister show a fight where she had got into a fight. What do that prove?